106 miles to Chicago. We got a full tank of gas, half a pack of cigarettes. It's dark, and we're wearing sunglasses. Hit it.
Good morning, Vietnam!
Let's get this show on the road.
Before you say anything, prepare to shut the fuck up.
Screw me. I ripped ass at the ATM.
McLovin! Nice!
Sit back, relax, and enjoy irrelevant platitudes with your hosts Peter Benici and Lil Dazil.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, fire!
Happy Friday, everyone, and welcome to episode number 5, I think. We're your hosts Peter Benici and...
Well, bringing you a relevant commentary on all things pop culture and relationships.
I think it's episode number 5.
It is number 5.
Is it episode number 5?
I mean, let's hope.
Stop clicking, Peter. Stop clicking. It's number 5. How was your week, man?
It's been a week. It's been a very, very busy week. What did I do? I did a lot of uni stuff, lots and lots to catch up on, and on top of that, I also had a date this week.
You had a date?
Yes. So on Sunday, I had one with the same person, and then again this week, and it's the first time being on a proper date that wasn't just for sex with a human.
Actual human companionship.
And
how did you find that?
Weird.
Like, actually,
and I feel like they
to,
were very comfortable very quickly. So I don't know if that's normal. Like, I actually can't gauge it because my last relationship was so avoidant that now I don't know what's considered normal for intimacy.
It's definitely not normal to have that.
Okay.
To be avoidant.
Oh, yeah, no.
But I think it's cute that you're experiencing like that more consistently. Like, aim for that with the good sex, and then that is what you call a relationship.
I get uncomfortable now when people are overly affectionate, so I probably got to unlearn.
That's not good. Why?
Because I was literally like withheld from that from my last relationship. So when people
so
are like,
brain triggers like that's not normal.
Yeah, I'm not used to it. I don't like it. It's like not.
Whoa.
Yeah. So when I was getting it, I'm like,
you?
is this normal? That's why I was like, is it a normal thing? I don't know. I genuinely don't know.
That's 100%. I get. You know what? Culturally, I think it's very dependent on that. So
I agree.
It's very. But you're Italian,
I am
so
Italian.
it's like it's very normal for us to be affectionate.
Yeah. Well, I'm definitely an affectionate person, but. Yeah, I don't know how to gauge it with like dates.
Yeah. Because,
this person was
it is dependent on the guy.
quite cuddly and playful, which was nice. And I'm like, yeah, I'm happy to do that, but also, is that normal? I don't know.
Does it feel like it's something that can grow on you?
It could definitely grow on me.
Or in you, am I right, boys? I didn't use them at all last week. They're back, and they think I'm hilarious.
And it's closer to you. So.
Yes. I was like, I need to use the funnies. Makes it more funny.
How about you? How's your week?
My week was, I need my cues.
Yeah, I almost lost
No,
mine.
it's hello to say how my week was, guys, originally. No, my week was, it was very cleansy, you'd say. I cleansed a lot this week. I quit F45 because that shit's too expensive. And then I'm going to focus on just weight training. Whilst talking about shit being expensive, I broke my monthly Transformers rule and purchased a lot. So,
a lot.
Were you muted the whole time?
Please go on. No. I just muted myself. I just
Because you
noticed. No. I just noticed.
Is it triggering
my
heaps?
thing went up. Yeah.
Oh, that's fine. Don't worry too much if it does that. Okay. So maybe I'll move further away. Or just you got to sit. You're sitting on it.
I'm trying.
I'm getting too excited. Maybe.
I don't know.
Maybe that's.
But go on. Your Transformer thing. Sorry, I got distracted.
That's all right.
But
long story short, I spent too much money on toys and need to rein that shit in.
I thought we talked about this last week.
By the way. It's really good. We did.
Mm.
And I was limiting it to once a month.
And now, what happened? What made you?
I found someone that's been enabling me with collectible stuff. And there was an event where there was limited edition things, and Funko Pop Vinyl have released like a Transformers set.
Very
I need
cool.
them all.
Do you need them?
And I almost have them all.
So do you need them?
I don't need anything that is entertainment based.
Also, let's track back to the fact that you said someone enables me. Can we just say no one but you is capable of enabling you? Let's take some responsibility.
What if it's an echo chamber of how awesome purchasing things are?
No.
No? Okay. You've got me paranoid about the triggers.
Yeah.
Is it happening a lot? No.
Not too much.
We'll see.
All right.
Everyone listening, if it sounds like AIDS,
please let us know.
We thought we fixed it last week.
We did.
We need to put like X's on the floor. Oh, you know what it is too? If I look at you to talk to you, maybe that's when it happens more often than not. No? I'll figure out the positioning. I think that needs to be turned. Is that if I can hit... No, like, don't do it. I'm just explaining, like, spatially what would need to happen.
Okay.
Anyway, we need to move into some segments.
Drinks.
Because Daniel doesn't like it when we don't. Okay, so yeah. I'll cue. I don't have...
Drink of the week.
Sam, don't hate me. We didn't get beers this week. Lil drank her vodka lime soda already. So yeah, we went premix tonight, guys. Was it really good? Really smooth?
Yeah, it was really, really nice.
Your whale come as a backup because we need to open them together. Here,
We've gone back to our lovely stomping ground IPAs.
Same.
Oh wait, I want to hear the crisp crunch.
Oh, you want the...
Ooh.
Good job.
Nice.
Yeah, Sam. So we're back on the... What are they?
Stomping ground.
Stomping ground ones. Sam actually gave me some awesome... He has an Instagram that I'm supposed to plug. And here's the plug. So just cutting over to my PC for everyone watching on YouTube. The Instagram page is _trooper_beers_tunes. Mouthful. The page is amazing. They pair music with brews, and they also do food. So keep an eye on these guys. They offer all of the recommendations that we get every week, and I can definitely say it's fucking awesome. That Instagram again is _trooper_beers_tunes. Quick sip. Quick sip.
Yeah.
Into an actual segment that I have a grab for. Almost Famous.
Put your hands up on me 'cause I'm almost famous.
No, you're not.
Okie dokie. So, this week I'm just going to change over our little scene. You can lead into him if you want, Lil, while I cue that up. Much pressure.
About Matthew.
What it is? Yeah.
Yeah, our boy, Matthew McConaughey. He is apparently interested in running as a governor.
So he's going to do an Arnie and run for governor. For everyone watching on YouTube and Twitch, we've got a nice little video grab that we're going to play right now.
Day soon, Matthew McConaughey may need your vote. While many know the actor for his roles in everything from Dallas Buyers Club and Magic Mike to How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days and Sing, the 52-year-old Oscar winner may be stepping away from the big screen and jumping into the world of politics. On a recent episode of Crime Stoppers on Houston's The Balanced Voice podcast, Matthew reveals that he is thinking about running for governor of his home state, Texas.
And I'm looking into now, again, what is my leadership role? Because I do think I have some things to teach and share. And what is my role? What's my category in my next chapter of life that I'm going into now?
He adds,
it's a true consideration.
Back in November, Matthew also made headlines when he discussed the idea of getting
What a weird point to stop his interview and then grab 4 seconds from the end, completely out of context. Like, it's up for consideration. So what you're saying is he didn't really mean it, and we've just been baited. Are you sure? Because I want to see him running.
While appearing on the Hugh Hewitt show, the Greenlights author said he was unsure about what the future looked like. I don't know. I mean, that wouldn't be up to me. It would be up to the people more than it would me, the actor shares via CNN. Look, politics seem to be a broken business to me right now. And when politics redefines its purpose, I could be a hell of a lot more interested. Outside of his career as a Hollywood...
He's so fucking vague. He already sounds political.
But did he also just say when it redefines itself? So you're gonna fix it, or have other people fix it and then come in and... Mate, it's pretty bad at the moment. Be an American and get in there and fix it.
Yeah, I already have questions about that. I don't know. How do you feel about
him running for it?
Yeah, the idea of him doing it.
Based on those statements, I think he shouldn't do it. He has no fucking idea.
I mean, Trump had no idea.
But I think he had...
He had business.
Hello, Hashi, welcome to the podcast.
Hello.
My dude, how is our audio?
Oh, you're late. Hi. That's okay. We've only just started recently.
Lil was admiring your thighs and your home gym.
Oh, I was. Yeah. Was that the person?
Yeah, that's Hashi. Yeah. And back to old mate. Yeah, I don't think he's fit. We were talking about Trump. That's what we were talking about. Yeah, he knew how to play his audience.
He did.
They even caught him on Oprah saying like I would just go to the Republicans and stuff because they're kind of stupid.
Yeah, no.
So.
So, also everything sounds great. Yeah, I suppose I have some questions as to whether it is appropriate, like if actors or people that we see as famous should be in politics. I feel like even him questioning, oh, what is my place or what's my role? Well, it's been acting for so long, and I get changing career paths. I think that's fair, but I think that because they have so much power already, I don't think it would be appropriate to allow them to have so much more power, especially in a political context where people.
You could say the same about business people and having too much money and influence, but it's all below surface.
But I suppose it's filtered out because obviously social class is a different thing. Whereas famous people, everyone knows them, whether they're low.
But do you think that might be better for them? Because people have more of an idea of what the on-brand message would be. Even though with Trump, that proves it was completely out of context, and his on-brand message was completely different. Because in business, he wasn't a full-blown racist.
Behind closed doors, maybe.
Yeah. Well, he's a rich white male, so he's definitely
yes,
100% racist. Was I being racist by calling them rich white males?
You can't be racist by calling a white person like that. No, you can be discriminatory, but you can't be racist. Racist would have to be a level of like oppression to a different race, and you can't be oppressed if you're white.
Okay,
that should be another conversation for another time. But
that's a really good one. I'd love to get into the meat and potatoes of that. She made a shy face. I'm disappearing behind the microphone. Stand up, Peter. I was actually getting comfy. I don't think it's a bad idea because you've got Arnold Schwarzenegger. I think he enacted some decent change.
He's really cool, and he's also like, fun fact, vegan as well. He actually has quite a lot
plant-based. He goes, no, I'm not fucking vegan. Yeah.
But either way,
he hates
I know, but
it's
such it's a tip. I go to a gym that has lots of images of him there. But I think that a lot of his, principles and morals, that they're in the right direction. He's very eco-friendly and about sustainability.
Yeah.
I feel like Matthew McConaughey's would just be, oh yeah, it's a role. I don't see him. Exactly. I don't see him taking any leadership per se. I think it's the novelty or the idea of it. Or alternatively, just following in his co-star, like Leonardo DiCaprio's footsteps, because Leonardo DiCaprio's been a massive he's been working in documentaries and stuff like Cowspiracy. He is, and he's been a very big advocate for change, especially about the knowledge and surrounding climate change. So, what exactly is spurring it? I think motive is important here, and he doesn't seem to have any concrete.
I think he wants to level up to that next space because he's like, I think he's reached the top of he's reached the top of film fame, and then now he needs power and stuff. That's why he made that weird book.
Yeah, I don't know. I would actually read it though. Just
he was on Joe Rogan.
I love Joe Rogan.
I'm not on. Oh, we should have spoken about that. Joe Rogan's kind of racist now and stupid and dumb.
I haven't listened to his
He's not
podcast
racist.
in
I take that back.
years, so.
I'll dial that way back. He's not racist. He said some shit about the Texas lockdown that was stupid. No, not the lockdown. Again, dropping the ball.
That's okay.
They had the snap freeze. There's like a whole bunch of stuff. He's a fucking idiot. He said some shit about COVID that was completely redundant and stupid. He was like, well, I don't understand why you can't eat inside, but then you can eat outside. And he's like, there's some businesses, literally, it's like a couple 100 meters away. And it's like, you're fucking looking at edge cases here and trying to say, like, the whole thing's... You're not a fucking doctor. No. You're not a fucking scientist.
That's really disappointing to hear, but...
He's like, and now you can finally see the agenda. And it's like, oh, it's the old Joe Rogan with the conspiracy theories.
Always is, yeah. I love conspiracy theories, though.
And he had Kanye on, and that was fucking
I really
boring.
do like Kanye, but I didn't hear that. I've really not tuned into him for like 2 years.
He's pivoting to Christians now, right?
Kanye? Oh, yeah, I mean... I feel like that was exactly
the rest of the stupids.
Hey, no. To be fair, I think that a lot of his mental health condition has like severely affected him.
Yeah.
Big time.
What? So as not clinical, but like what would be someone who's studying its diagnosis of him?
Well, he already has a diagnosis. It's bipolar.
Okay.
And I definitely would agree with that, especially type 1 with psychotic delusions. Or ideas of reference.
When they give them types, is like one quite severe, or is that...
One is more severe. So there's type 1 and type 2.
Yeah.
Type 1 is
not like
mania,
diabetes?
where it's really... This usually includes hospitalizations, can have psychotic delusions, hallucinations sometimes in extremes, like chronic issues, which we have seen, like the idea, when he said slavery choice, those kinds of conversations that he had in interviews, his accusations and...
you think he genuinely mean it, or is he trying to be prolific?
Too. When you're in manic states, most of the time you're not really present for it. Like I've got a lot of friends who struggle with bipolar, type 1 and type 2. And
I keep thinking of diabetes every time you say that.
And type 2 is
like, eat less,
hypomania.
man.
Hypomania is a lot less severe than manic, but it still affects them. As long as it's chronic and severe and affects your day-to-day functioning noticeably, whether it's irritability, less sleep, etc., those kinds of things indicate towards bipolar. And then obviously depression as well.
Yeah. Interesting.
Yeah. So he's type 1 bipolar. And I'm sure a bunch of other things, but the whole grandiosity, like everyone's like, oh, he's a narcissist.
I think that's the big thing.
But it's not. That grandiosity comes with bipolar though, especially when you're in a manic state.
Well, I guess all actors kind of would be a little bit bipolar.
But we just put them on a fucking pedestal so they have entitlement. And
I mean, to be
entitlement
fair,
and
back in the day,
grandiosity
they
are a little
put
bit different.
barons and queens and lords on pedestals, and all they did was come out of a rich penis.
Pretty much.
It's like,
yeah, it's very similar.
Yeah. I guess they kind of have to work for it a little bit more than what you would being born into.
I would agree with that statement. Yes.
Next week we are definitely going to tackle the clusterfuck that was the royal family thing. So if you wanted that this week, we were going to do it, but there's just a lot to eat with that, and
needs a bit of time to unpack.
Look, that, and I think the whole thing of that royal family, just all royal families, just super antiquated and just should be deleted.
They killed Princess Diana. Facts.
Yes. I think there was. Oh, was it? See, did you hear the? No. Oh, we're gonna deep dive. We're gonna. This is me putting down.
Micro
we're gonna
dive?
graze it. We're gonna graze it.
Okay, go.
All right. Just gonna bum it. They reckon she found like a lot of stuff about the child trafficking and Prince Philip.
I wouldn't be surprised. You know,
because Philip went to the island and fucked the kids. Yeah.
I feel like saying fuck kids. Probably. I mean,
he did though.
Assault though. It's not fucking kids.
Oh, fair. Sorry, he did the.
Sorry, PC thing, but yeah.
Well, I was aiming in that direction. I just shot someone else standing next to you. Yeah. So I couldn't believe that when it all made sense.
Yeah.
It wasn't because she was dating an Arab.
No.
Because she was
aware of what was
about
going
them
on.
kids.
Yeah, absolutely.
So,
but we'll unpack that next week.
Oh fuck! We'll just do the whole royal thing next week.
Oh man, that's gonna. I've got really bad Princess Diana jokes
Matthew
too.
McConaughey
so I should probably
is
not do that. Yes, Matthew McConaughey.
Really funny, really attractive man.
He's really hot.
Who can probably actually, you know what?
20 out of 10 would let him fuck and would probably vote for him though, even if I don't give two shits about him. Because
well, I guess I put it to you this way, right? You look at like the people crossing the floor and stuff in the US and how much of a shit fuck senators are and all of that kind of stuff. I can't see that doing any worse.
I can see that being negligent and prioritizing himself and people on his level though. Which I mean is pretty much what they're already.
Yeah, which is what happens with all politics. One!
Yay.
Burp count. I didn't do it last week because I got lazy. Because there were so many. I think I was rough counting while I was editing, and I think there was like 6 or 7.
Oh,
yeah.
damn. That's the second time we've done that now.
Yeah. It's happening. Okay, so I guess I'll give him the thumb up because politics is a joke.
Yep.
But that whole thing about him not wanting to do it because it's broken
very
is
stupid.
fucking annoying. Transitioning beautifully, ladies and gentlemen, into the dating times, mate. While I hit buttons and try and get through. Here we go.
I like you.
How you doing?
Okay. So we've actually shook this subject up a lot. I say subject when I mean fucking segment. It's going to have a theme each week.
Yeah.
And then the stories are going to be cohesive and we're kind of going in a direction.
Yeah.
Right?
We're going to have a little bit of a conversation as well because sometimes,
Yeah.
you know, specific date. We out here, but we ain't dating everyone all the time. So
I gave it a good fucking go.
I mean,
tell you
same.
what.
The topic for this week, I really tried. I'm like, fuck.
Go, my young Padawan. Go.
I gave it such a good go.
Keep going. Okay, so yeah, this week's theme is the approach. So just to, I guess, spill that out for everyone. It's that moment where, you know, the guy or the girl sees that super spunky person from the other side of the room and decides to go up and say,
How you
want
doing?
some of this? And then question mark. So I guess we will have our cute little story this week from my end. So this was, I was a young pup. I think I was younger than you.
I'm not that
about
young.
22. Aren't you like 24 or 23?
Yes.
Yep, there's 10 years between us.
That's not young.
That's so yeah, we were at Star Bar, which I don't even know is open anymore. You wouldn't know because you're from Sydney.
Yes.
It was a very popular Sunday spot in Melbourne. And it was a uni night on the Sunday night.
Okay, yeah.
And there was like live bands and good music and
nice.
cheap drinks and all that that you need to make amazing decisions with terrible people.
Of course, always.
I used to go there religiously every weekend.
Oh, I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah. And it was, I actually went there with your mate, Razzie, a couple times and the boys.
Your mate. Our mate.
He can be your mate for the purposes of this story. So it's a really good area and there's this massive staircase that kind of goes to the top level of the pub. It's a pub. Anyway, so I'd seen this gorgeous girl when we got there and was like, oh, I'll talk to her later. It wasn't the right moment, you know?
You need to pick your timing.
As a man inside a thriving establishment,
yes.
he's just like, it's just too loud. It's not going to happen. So totally forgot about this chick being in the venue until I was literally going home.
Huh.
And I don't know if you can literally or figuratively go home. You just go home. Anyway, I was walking down the same set of stairs and she had been in the same spot. These are all little things that I probably should have taken note of, but realized that, you know, she was gorgeous and we should speak.
Yes. Social cues are a thing.
Went to go talk to her. Didn't realize that her back wasn't just turned to me. Bitch.
Sorry.
Wasn't just turned to me. It was basically in her knees and she was crying.
Oh.
Not just like a cute cry. Like oh, we just had
Kim
a cute moment. Or some dumb shit. But no, this was hysterical crying.
Oh, man.
Her boyfriend had just broken up with her. I know, wait for it. Hit buttons, Peter. And not only had her boyfriend just broken up with her,
you're making out with her best friend.
Peter Benici hit on that girl last week. I basically just did my bad. Hope you're okay, and promptly fucking went home. So yeah, that was great. But so that was my cute little approach story. That was a bit.
You gave it your best go. I realized
I was young. I think I was
22
or 23.
Broken up with.
But I did say to her, I go, well, at least you know I think you're attractive. Like,
I feel like that's a good thing to say.
Right? Like, I've seen you on 2 separate nights.
She probably would not have wanted to take anyone.
Varying levels of drunk. One I was sober, the other one I was blind. Like, you know. But hey, you know, she had a boyfriend one weekend and not the next.
Well, it do be like.
Never saw her again though. You know.
Probably decided that club was a bit of a trigger. To be honest.
Wow. I think there's a lot of fucked up memories there. But I hope, you know what? I hope generally and honestly that she was like, hey, remember that night such and such broke up to me and that fucking pig came up and spoke to me twice? Like, I'm sorry, ma'am, but...
That is not what she would be saying.
Well, who knows?
She'd be like, that nice guy.
No.
I mean, that guy back that I don't know. I was really sad.
You know the loud pub scene where no matter if you're trying to speak to someone nicely or not?
Hi! You're like, please stop talking to me. Don't even look at me. Go the fuck away.
Pretty much.
Yeah, I get that.
And then in the week that passed, I forgot to say, we went to a gay pride festival, which is awesome.
Yeah, please.
Yeah, and speaking of like the awkward interactions and stuff, I realized what it was like to be a piece of meat. So finally understand all the women's complaints about the guys and the leering and the eye contact, because it was fucking intimidating.
It can be. It really can be. And yeah. Can't really say I've been one of those women that gets like stared at, but I've been the person who's the friend of a friend who gets stared at, and it's fucking gross. So
it's like,
yeah.
You just feel like you can't make eye contact with people.
Oh no, you just literally look down the entire
not present.
time.
Yeah, you're not present in the situation. It's shit.
Yeah.
But hopefully we are moving away from the predatory spaces. But then I guess the question I've got for you, right? Approach and all, like on point, I guess. You've got to stare at someone at some point before you speak to them.
Well, yeah, there's an interest like rule. There's different ways that people show in heterosexual relationships. This is, of course, of showing interest with their eyes and eye contact. So there are two ways that men and women do it. So there's the eyebrow flash, official term. Thank you, Dr. Lindsay Dose. Explanations.
Is this the lesbian thing, the look?
No.
There's a look for lesbians.
This is heterosexual speaking. Actually, no. It covers all over. The second one is heterosexual.
Wait, are you saying that there's a thing that I have never known
It's called
about?
the eyebrow flash. So it's like when you look in the room, see someone Like really quick micro expression. You probably
so
wouldn't
it's
be able
not
to pick
intentional.
up.
Yeah.
It's literally, but
You're like, ooh.
but people pick up on it.
I would really.
You don't realize you're doing it, but that's a signal, and that actually indicates I'm attracted. In heterosexual relationships, so that one covers for everyone. Glances looking up at a time. So it takes up to 3, I believe, to indicate interest. So doing the 3 times, not obviously as quickly as I did.
It won't be done in succession,
but over time. And that is an indicator of interest. Same with body language as well. So facing your body towards someone when you're talking to them establishes where in an intimate.
I thought it was feet, right?
Feet. Are you? How have I? What's the fucking show? My lord. I can't believe I'm.
Use your words, madam.
How I Met Your Mother. Are you literally referencing that from the feet? No. Body language entirely. So if I was to shift here, talk to you like this, and engage. If I've actively switched like my position, it means, and it doesn't necessarily mean sexual. It just means that intimacy has been established. The final stage is synchrony. So synchrony is when
you match movements.
Yeah, exactly. And that's obviously unconscious, but it establishes to everyone else we are exclusive in this room. Females are more likely to flash their necks, lick their lips. Men get broader, bigger, deeper with their voices and that kind of stuff. And that's actually like the approach.
I noticed the hair thing with some girls and not with others. Because there's actually a streamer on Twitch. It's like, oh my god, like guys say that when you play with your hair, you like them. It's like, for some girls, it's true though. When they get nervous, they play with their hair. It's a tell. Like, don't be a stupid bitch and assume that you know the psychology of every fucking female on this planet. You know what I want to do? I do want to bring that segment back, and I want to dissect this bitch who gets like 2,000 fucking viewers on Twitch and is just the most vapid, disgusting piece of
We'll have a talk about it. Because I've not seen it. I have no idea who you're talking about, but I'd be interested to hear.
She's from Adelaide and she moved to Melbourne, so they all stream down here now. And it's just
Do you remember when Belle Delphine was a thing?
Yep, she was selling bathwater, right?
Such a smart fucking woman. I know.
What?
I was so angry. I was like, motherfucker. I hated her, but I was like, you're smart.
Because it was a meme online. Like, guys would say, I'll drink your bathwater for chicks. And yeah, I think penis. Hopefully the audio's not a mishmash tonight, peoples.
Resting bitch face is the go-to. My face constantly looks fucking suicidal. So
I look a bit grumpy.
No, like genuinely. I have had both partners that I date and people that I met going, you just look unapproachable. I don't have resting bitch face. Resting bitch face just makes you look cunty. I literally look miserable. And so I've had people come up to me just going, are you okay? I'm like, yeah, I'm doing fine. I just look like this.
Yeah.
And it's really hard. Like my ex used to say, I can't ever tell if you're happy. I'm like, I'm having the best time of my life with you. He's like, can you fucking smile then? I'm like, it takes more muscles to fucking smile. No. But
yeah. Well, look, fuck, man. People have their faces and shit.
I just
have you know what? A lot of attractive girls will subconsciously develop a resting bitch face because, like, as bad as this sounds, if you get deterred by a resting bitch face, you're probably not on the level that chick is anyway. Or person, for that matter.
No, I know a few girls with resting bitch face, and I'd agree with that. They're very fucking hot.
Well, it's because it's imagine if every attractive person spoke to every person that was interested in them. You need to put filters in, right? You need to have these things that weed out.
Yeah, it's
retard. No, I can't say that anymore. I'm sorry, I stopped.
Word.
I can't. I know. Fuck. Is it the first time I've said it?
No, I'm sure you said it more.
Damn it, man! I'm trying.
You're doing so
I know
well.
I said it when we were getting burgers.
No, it's okay.
But
I know the context is different anyway. That's fine.
Yeah. So my point was
dating, resting bitch face, selectiveness.
Yes. So yeah, that's right. So it puts up these gates that, like,
you need those filters
humans,
though, because it's the same as fucking Charles Darwin. Sorry, I always bring up evolutionary theory, but it stands, right?
Because
if you're an attractive person, survival of the fittest. You want to fuck.
You want
the
that,
most
that
intelligent,
hot,
not
hot
always
egg.
the smartest, but exactly. You want that sexy woofed to precisely.
I just made that fit.
It worked. It was great.
Yeah, I think it's very much a thing that the way we're gonna go, man. Like, I just hope the anti-leering and the anti being dominant in a situation of approach, because it's not necessarily male.
No,
it's just a dominant form of approach. Because I guess regardless when you approach, hate you.
Thank you. Number 3, I'm counting.
Is that you have not a dominant and a submissive, but I guess the
someone who
stronger
plays more of a
personality
role. Yeah.
in terms of. See, we're doing a bit of brain busting here because I've actually never thought about it this way before.
Go on.
You would assume the person doing the approaching has the cojones, I guess, because that's more of a risk. You're putting yourself out there. Cojones, balls.
Oh, okay.
It's an Italian thing, cojones. You've never heard cojones before. Jesus. Okay. I'll show you a clip after the pod of Joe Pesci saying cojones.
All right.
It's testicles, I think. You can't say that anymore either.
Yes,
can
you can.
No,
Why can't you say it?
I don't know. Anyway.
Testicles.
So, yeah, you're always gonna have to have, and you look at the gay and the lesbian relationships, and there is a dominant, and honestly, it even gets to the point with lesbian, especially. I know, and even gay, where one will be like boyish almost.
Ooh, it's where
I know it's not all
disagree
cases.
Yeah, okay, cool. Yeah.
It's definitely not all cases.
But there is, more
but you see
of
the
a
archetypes,
dominant
right?
human.
There's a butch and there's a
But that is.
I actually really
even
like.
Then I would go against the grain and say that that's actually not the stereotype. It's a stereotype.
Maybe
but it's
it's just the one that stands out that you see. But I do prefer I do prefer when I see the normal couples, like the two dudes that are just dudes, like my ex's brother. They're just dudes, and it's the best. Like just seeing that relationship is like, yes, this.
They just are.
This is it. Yeah.
Yep. Okay.
You know what I mean? It's just not. It's not this fucking reverse role thing or whatever. It's just people doing people things.
But if you're going to take in that context, would you do the same for a heterosexual relationship?
Just people doing people things.
Yeah.
I think maybe that's more speaks to my mindset. I do prefer that with people too. It's like it's just people doing people things.
Okay. Yeah.
Like it's cute, you know.
No, I get that.
Archetypes and stuff tend to, I don't know, they're a bit on the nose.
Yeah. No.
Do you know what I mean?
No, I do. I get what you mean. I'm personally someone who loves watching guys wear maid dresses. So
yeah,
I don't know. I play into
it
is a me thing.
I think it's a totally a personal preference thing, and not that anything's wrong or right. It is just it's refreshing to see all of it.
Yeah, no, I understand that. Not just the stereotype that's pinned out.
But I guess in Melbourne, see that now it's different. But growing up in the suburbs, you didn't see any of it really.
Yeah.
Which is a bit shit.
I suppose, yeah. Well, I wasn't obviously raised in Melbourne, but like I grew up in Sydney, and because my mum is a lesbian, I suppose I've always just been exposed to that.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
There you go.
Well, bisexual now, I think she's identifying as, but yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. So for me, I've always sort of been exposed to that culture / environment, I guess. I don't know. Yeah.
I guess because all the lesbians that I knew, there was always the butch.
Yeah, okay.
But it was because the family member that is lesbian, she was drawn to butch.
Yeah, well, my mum's definitely attracted to more masculine women than she is feminine women. But she's more attracted to effeminate men, than she is masculine men, which
That's
I think
a
is funny.
head fucking and a
Well, that's
half.
what I'm the same. I am very attracted to more androgynous women, I'd say, because I actually don't mind. Am I just using too many terms at this
androgynous
point?
Andy. No, that's not.
Okay,
it's a word.
Yeah, I like androgynous women. And I don't know. I fall into. I date. Maybe not. I know this is what we were talking about earlier. I date more effeminate men. I prefer men who are sensitive, that can wear things without feeling that, toxic masculinity and shame, like dresses. I'm like, fuck yeah, if you want to wear that, I support that. If you want to wear makeup, fuck yeah. If you want to talk about your emotions and cry in front of me, fuck to the air,
Yeah. Isn't it interesting how, like, in my mind just then, I was like, oh, dresses, really? Then I was like, crying, oh, yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, it's normal.
You have those gates, though, still?
Well, I mean, as a male, I can't speak on behalf of you because I'm a female identifying individual, but I feel like you would have to have those gates, considering both culturally, socially, every element of your life is sort of indoctrinated within this masculinity frame.
My brain's like, to get the pussy, you don't wear the dress, bro.
Exactly, but for me, I'm like, if you want to, put on the dress.
But ironically, yeah, exactly. But ironically enough, I was like, you can get the pussy and cry. Like, it's just interesting seeing how, like, certain mental gates are very, like, they're set in stone, and there are other ones that are like, push this one a bit.
Yeah.
Push this one a bit.
No, I agree with that 100%. Because I know some women that are like, nah, I need my man like masculine. He needs to be muscly. He needs to be sweaty. He needs to have no emotion. He needs to just be like me, caveman. I'm like,
yeah, I had a friend once say if his kid would be gay, that is it 3, 2, 4. Jesus fucking Christ, man. Buttons. You can have that fucking sound effect if you want. Yeah, no, so he literally said that he would disown and or beat his child if he was gay.
Fuck, really?
This was us at 18. And I was like, probably don't fucking say that, dude. That's weird.
Yeah, but
more let alone
again,
not the fact that he's gay, that it's your kid.
Yeah.
And you can have that.
But
feeling.
because it's such an adverse reaction, you have to kind of look at that. What's your, you know, like I always have to go back to case formulation, like as a psych student and stuff.
Yep.
I'm like, cool, okay, what was their upbringing? Were they treated in a conservative way? Were they always shamed for that same thing?
Super conservative Christian.
Well, there you go. Of course they're going to have that. Of course they're going to project that onto their child if they haven't explored their own, like, and that's one of the things, that's why I like effeminate men, because most of the time they're quite comfortable in their sexuality. They're like, oh, I mean, that guy's attractive. I can say that out loud, but I'm not attracted to him.
Yeah.
Whereas
definitely.
people who shame it, it's like, oh, I've got to be this. I've got to be that. It's like,
speaking of being
if you
attracted
just took that away.
to like effeminate men and that shit, when the hot group of gay dudes rocked up at the festival on the weekend, I was like, because we'd been attacked by all different kinds of the gays at that point, but none of the like super like, you look at me like they're attractive men, and there was like 8 of them.
Yeah.
And they came in a crew, and I was like, I said to my mate that was there with me, I'm like, these dudes are 100% like, fuck, we are the hottest guys here. This is fucked. And I was like, get close and see if they fucking hit on us. He's like, what? I'm like, man, all these other fucking you-know-who's are just doing whatever the fucking...
Yeah.
Mate, I went to get a drink and just had a guy in a Canadian tuxedo. Do you know what a Canadian tuxedo is? All blue jeans.
Oh,
top to bottom.
Why?
Because it's disgusting. Anyway. And... what was I going with that? Fuck, I read what Hashi was saying and it broke my brain. Yeah, so then we tried to proximity, the hot guys, right? Which is it's a natural social thing, but we proactively did it.
Of course, as you do.
Anyway, I went and got a drink, came back, and they were gone.
Yeah.
So they quickly realised that they were the creme de la creme, and let's get out of here.
Like, we're hot.
We actually walked past a house where there was a dude, and I'm not even kidding, in arseless chaps.
I love
100%.
that. Ooh.
What am I going to...
My name is Jeff.
I just wanted to use it because we haven't used that yet. No, he's actually an arseless chaps.
I love that so much.
They were in like this little balcony. I don't think they could see. You could see it from the road. We were walking to the pub. Oh, that looks like way more fun because then we went into the country town.
Disappointing.
It was very quiet. Yeah.
We've got a base, ironically enough, guys being more femme is the way things have been for a while, in my opinion. I agree, actually. And especially with TikTok, like there's actually a lot of trends of guys wearing like bunny outfits.
We've discussed
and
this
maid
though
outfits.
before.
It's delicious though.
TikTok is definitely a
progressive,
feminine echo chamber.
Disagree.
Sure.
I sent a TikTok to my work employers actually recently.
Yeah.
Very not funny one, but it was good as like because they recently asked what pronouns were, and there was like a TikTok basically on it, and it was of this tradie. Like it's for everyone. It was of a tradie, and he's like, hey guys, what's a pronoun? Like, what are your preferred pronouns? And he's like asked every single like tradie bloke from the country in Australia, and they're like, the fuck's a pronoun? Like all this kind of stuff. So it kind of gives rise to the fact that there's that lack of awareness, but also it's a general thing. Like he's like, I'm not the only one who's fucking like doesn't know this shit. Like I feel like it's a very... What's the thing after millennials?
Maybe it's not an echo chamber.
Zoomers? Is that what we're calling them now?
I think that's you.
No, I'm not a Zoomer. I'm a millennial. I just reached the cutoff for that.
Zoomers, are they old?
No. Zoomers are the young, boomers are the old ones.
Yeah.
Zoomers are the young ones, and I think that's because of like the zoo tech, whatever it's called. But they are the ones who are now pushing our...
They are the ones who are the ass lickers. The Jay and Silent Bob
should
quote.
we ever shame booty licking?
That was the Jay and Silent Bob quote, okay?
I heard. I'm just saying, why should we ever shame? Don't be shaming booty lickers.
They are... anyway. What the fuck are we talking about? You just take the Jay and Silent Bob quote and keep going, all right?
I'm not good at this.
No, that's okay. More than fine.
Thanks. I love validation. Do it again.
Yeah. It's a good time. It's a very good time. It's been so good we haven't actually had music in the background. True story.
Shit,
you don't need
no,
it. You really don't need
really
it.
don't.
All right, so that was I Like You But You're Crazy. What did we do for no news? Oh, this is a big one, my friend, and we're approaching the 40-odd minute mark. So we're going to hit this precision strike and get the fuck out.
All right.
All right. Let me go with the grab and the cut, see if I can do it all at once. Ready?
Go.
No news is good news.
Okay. No, I know. All right, and we're back. I totally hit the wrong button and cut her microphone fucking off, and then it was like, you disconnected it because it looked tight, and it was fine.
He just hates me.
Yes.
I've come to accept it. It's fine.
Exactly.
Because I keep burping.
So, the article that we were talking about, just as a refresher for us, because we totally stopped for about fucking 10 minutes.
We did.
Was, okay, so cop causes outrage after saying woman should wear comfy shoes to run in, what? Run in after their Everard case.
Yeah, so she was the one.
Oh, to run in.
Yeah.
Well,
I just want to we can't zoom up on my face, can we?
Why?
I was going to do an eye roll, like a massive eye roll.
Oh, yeah, definitely. I think we have someone who is a strong, independent woman.
Oh, hell no!
Fucking oath. Seriously.
Not bad. Good choice.
I have the sound effects and I want to use them. But so what she was saying was that you should
run.
Runners?
That's so not appropriate for me to be giggling right now in the context.
But, hey, it's the policeisms. All right, so for everyone listening, we're about to play the story. You know what? It should be prefaced. Everyone, I apologize, but this is a Sky News article, so it's completely biased and going to be incredibly ridiculous, and this is definitely their left quota for the day.
I love that you pointed to me. You're a lefty.
Oh, sorry.
Come on.
No. Yeah, I subconsciously did that.
You did.
I did. Wow. Fucking oath. Take that, lefty. My centrist ass. All right, here we go.
Women in London.
No. Continue watching. Hello, just play, man. Oh, sucker bag.
Hurtful.
Wow. I'm going to refresh.
She really do be doing this.
Yep, now we're on a
4,
countdown.
3, 2,
Apparently you need to count down
1.
to watch videos. Like,
Go!
what?
Well, some women in the UK are furious after the breakfast show this morning had a guest on that basically told women to wear running shoes on nights out to avoid being attacked by men. Former detective Sue Hill appeared on the program to give advice on what women should be doing at night and weighed in on a shocking situation that has happened in London in the last week. 33-year-old Sarah Everard was walking home from her friend's house last Wednesday at 9:30 p.m. when she disappeared. She was last seen captured on CCTV video of someone's house, but she never arrived home to bring...
I just want to make note. So she's definitely very visible. The bright blue top, checkered pants.
She's matching shoes.
Bright blue shoes. Yeah, man. It's bomb. And that's a yellow thing, so she's definitely identifiable. Carry on.
Brixton. Detectives found human remains in Kent, but haven't confirmed the identity.
Fuck.
The whole saga has shocked London, with many women fearful of leaving their homes. 2 people, a man and a woman, have been arrested on suspicion they were involved in the murder. And while women in London remain scared of what's to come, they didn't take it too kindly when the former detective dished out some advice.
When you're out and about on your own, be aware of your surroundings. You know, if you've had a few drinks, you are more vulnerable because you're more likely to take a few more risks. It is, it's not women's responsibility to keep themselves safe. They should be allowed to walk out there. Of course they should. But we all know, they can be more vulnerable, if you are out and about late at night. So
it should also be noted that the 3 other people, I don't know if this is Sky in London, but they're all nodding their heads in agreement. So
be aware of your surroundings, be alert, make sure that you're wearing shoes that you can, run away if need be. And also take your headphones out, you can hear things better. Keep looking over your shoulder. Equally, have, your Find Friends app. Let your friends know where you are. And also, if you're going out online dating, make sure you meet someone, particularly now where there's nowhere to go, pubs, restaurants.
I'm having questions on this because this is actually sound advice.
Informative,
I feel like the news
the former
report.
Police officer
maybe we should have actually just did.
No. This
read
is great.
The
It
article.
shows you how fucking bent Sky News is.
Big
and they're
time.
just, like, ridiculous.
Because I think that that's all very
Sound
accurate.
advice.
The way she worded it was kind of beautiful. She was like, okay, we know that you're more vulnerable, which is true.
Yeah.
We are more susceptible to
you
being
say the same
assaulted.
about, you know.
She's like, we don't want it to happen, but we know that this is the statistics. This is what happens. And taking out your earphones is literally what we tell bike riders, people at nighttime, because if there are people around, you need to hear. Going out on dates in public, getting your location, friends up. Like, everything she's saying is kind of what already women are doing, to be honest. But it's not.
I wonder why they would be saying people are mad. Is it almost like they're just saying
like the running shoes thing? I mean, I can see why it would have been maybe misconstrued, but I don't think that's so much of a marker of an issue, considering every single other thing that she said. Like, are they really just like
cherry picking?
Yeah, exactly.
It's almost, I reckon.
I think it's a bit dramatic because everything that she said seems quite reasonable to me as far as protecting yourself. And as a detective or a former cop or whatever it is on the case, she does have some level of fucking awareness, clearly.
Yeah.
So at first when I heard this, I was like, oh man, really? You're telling people to wear like running shoes? Like, I'm glad that I watched the
by
audio.
A fucked news agency.
But I mean, that's
I
how
hope
news
someone from Sky News listens to this podcast.
That's what they do.
Fuck you.
Look at you.
Make sure you meet someone out public where there's CCTV cameras, where you are not putting yourself at risk.
Her advice included to wear runners out, to not listen to music or have headphones in to be able to hear everything. One viewer wrote, "No, how about some men don't assault or kidnap people? How about..."
Okay,
so,
I agree with that because that was the first statement I said to you. I'm like, how people just don't do that.
In the real world,
but it
like
still fucking happens regardless.
Yeah, exactly.
You need to take precaution.
Exactly. That's like saying to the military, well, if we didn't just shoot at each other, we wouldn't need to wear bulletproof vests.
We wouldn't even need war at that point, really.
Yeah.
We're going to make those statements.
A bigger argument, but but it's like that's not that is not. There's actually, I think, a term for that. It's not straw. It's one of anyway. It's a fucking stupid argument, is what I'm going to say. Because yes, whilst in the perfect, ideal philosophical world, yes, but then you could say that, and then you wouldn't need things like martial arts, like you know what I mean, man. There's so many things that wouldn't need to exist, like. Some would say you wouldn't need religion if people could think for themselves. Like,
because it goes without saying. We know that this is the case. This is idealistic thinking, though. We know that our society is not like that. We know that
about
crime
that.
exists.
Another said, "If I'm walking the street alone, I should not be a target. I will not just wear trainers just in case I need to run away."
Like, once again, I feel like it's a very big cherry picking thing here.
Yeah.
Because that was one comment of them all. And
you know what I'm thinking they do actually? They've realized their audience is largely like probably white dudes. So playing this is going to trigger them. And then like the comment section is going to pop off with all these dudes being like, fucking burr.
Probably.
And yeah, I think we can.
Yeah.
But let's just say.
Finally, hi, this morning, next time you bring someone onto the show to talk about women's safety, could you make sure she focuses on teaching our sons to respect women?
That's not what law enforcement does.
Even still, no.
But that's not what law enforcement does. They don't teach you to respect people. They arrest you when you do something wrong.
Look, I agree with every single statement these individuals have said, but it's the wrong context.
Yeah.
It's appropriate,
That's
yes,
exactly
it's
right.
true, but it's the wrong context for what's being said. What is being said is
not practical.
we are literally trying to minimize risk because this happened to someone. We see that it happens regularly. Let's look at the statistics of how violence and assault works, and then let's mark against that for possible risk factors.
Yeah.
It's not about whether we should. We should be teaching men to respect women. We should be teaching men not to fucking assault. But also, separate from that, people are still getting assaulted regardless. So we need to be putting in plans
there's
and
shit that you
protective
do as a guy.
things.
Like I wouldn't.
And
walk
you
through
call your
parks and
mates
stuff
out.
to
You
go
call
home.
your mates out. If you are a man who's
I
also
meant just,
walking
like, safety
in the dark and
precautions,
there's
I
a
would take.
woman,
Thank you, madam.
walk across. Literally, go across the road to the other side. If you see a woman walking alone, walk on the other side, and literally walk slower if you have to. Women do get intimidated by that. Women have to hold their keys.
You know who actually
Safety
did
is
that to
fucking
me the other day
terrifying.
at work? 2 cops sat up my ass and walked, like, I was in my work stuff, so that anyway.
And now you know how all women feel. I'm just kidding.
Yeah, no, but it's 100% true. They did it as 100% some alpha dog dickhead move. But I think, look, you probably don't. I think it's up to the individual if they want to cross the road, because she can cross the road.
She
also.
can. It's when you get followed that I think is the thing, and also fear responses are also a thing.
And it is a nice thing to actually let dudes know that, you know, if you are walking and you feel like she could be uncomfortable, if you don't want to be that douche. But hey, you know what though? I guess the question is, say I wanted to chat to her because I liked her.
At night time?
No. No. Yeah, I guess you would never approach someone. So
No,
this is.
don't ever
But
approach
are you saying
anyone.
all times? No, dude. I was talking about
Daytime.
My brain was like it was a daytime
See,
crossing the road.
this is
Yeah,
where
your
the
worst case
fucking
scenario.
brain goes
Yeah.
for safety, right?
Yeah.
Go on.
That I would like if I wanted to talk to her. Are you now breeding situations where, because this is I don't know if you're noticing, my overarching fear is that for all of the negative that we're trying to correct, I guess I'm not 100% sure as to how much damage will be done to like normal meeting.
like,
Obviously, you would
approach.
never speak. It would be weird to speak to a chick at night. That'd be super weird. But I think programming guys to automatically be on the defensive and stuff. Like I said to you the other week about how I just didn't initiate sex with chicks.
But
a
I
lot
think
because it was just
it's all about
fucked.
context, right? So, for example,
But normal guys will just panic and be like, well, fuck it, dude. I don't want to be on R charges, man. Like, I don't.
some guys do that and still
No
like
guy
do make-
ever wants to be on rape charges.
No,
Even
no,
the
no,
rapists, they want to
I mean,
avoid
like
that
some
shit.
guys are more like forward, regardless of knowing that that's something that could be a possibility.
I
think
was a very
it's
forward
about the
individual.
approach.
And it's basically, I'm in a different situation now where it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
But it's basically gone. Like, if I was to continue going further, like, man, you need so much green light now to be comfortable mentally if you're ingesting everything that's coming out.
Yeah.
Without, well, that was one from me.
Amazing.
Without thinking that you could make someone feel, because you'll have those experiences where you start to freak out because it's becoming very, very prevalent into the forefront. I just think, and you know what? Let's do the overcorrection because that's what society does anyway. Like, you'll go one way and swing back center. But I'm worried for the people in the middle that get stuck on like this. Well, you know, you've got Bumble or Tinder if you want to approach someone. What if someone's good at speaking to people?
Hello.
You know what I mean? Like, so they're just fucked now.
No, they're not though. They're really not. Like, I've had conversations with individuals that are not on online dating services.
Yeah. Yeah.
And like, maybe it is because I'm a very forward person that makes it easier. But I've had, like, for example, at the gym. Don't
like,
hit
do
on
some
people at the gym,
high-intensive-
please. Just as a.
That's a big thing, and Amy was telling me about this.
Don't hit on people at the gym.
And I'm seeing it now because our bike at my gym is it's actually elevated above the whole gym, and you can see
everyone
the leering. So like you can see like girls will come in their fluoro shit, right? Yeah, they're completely inconspicuous fluoro bras and bottoms, and then it's just like you see the entire gym
just
start to migrate whatever they're doing closer and closer to the section of equipment that they're using.
Yep.
And then like the rate of which people are turning over on machines comes to a fucking crawl. You can't use any machines in the area.
Yep.
Right? Everything becomes like a 4 fucking set max rep. Like it's ridiculous. And that's Amy kind of showed me that, and like now that I see it, if I was a girl, I would probably just be Fernwood for life. Like there needs to be like a jacked Fernwood, like Fern Oaks or some shit. I don't know what's a big strong tree.
Oak trees apt.
Yeah, right. Fern oak, or I don't know something. Yeah. If I was a chick, I just wouldn't bother, especially at the gym I go to. It's just fuckhead anonymous. Like,
Well, I guess it depends because like I go to a gym, where massive like bodybuilders and stuff, and I think because everyone's so fixated on bodybuilding and making their bodies look fucking jacked, they don't really give as much attention.
I'd say they're
to
some of the worst offenders.
I'd say sometimes it depends. But I thankfully, like, I've not had anyone come up to me, and maybe it is because of that sad face thing that I told you about. But I've gone up to people and they've been super friendly, and you can tell who's chatty and who's not. Like today, because we actually have to sanitize because of COVID stuff. Every time we use equipment or weights, we just spray.
You're still doing that?
Yeah, we still do it, and it's great.
Yeah.
It's
I did it at
good little
F45
thing.
during lockdowns, but we
I
stopped.
personally like it. It's a little bit of a nice little thing to be hygienic. And I went up, like today I saw a guy, he actually stepped on the scales and I could see he was like visibly upset. And maybe this is me overstepping and being one of those people because I do that. I could see he was upset and I made a comment. I'm like, hey, like just by the way, like you've just been exercising. Like I've been like seeing that you're doing things. Just remember post pump, you're going to be weighing a bit more. And don't forget about like water retention. If you're ever going to do it, take off your shoes, start it early. Like
I just wanted him to be like, I actually lost weight. Thank you. That would have been so good.
Nah. And he was, it would be, I'd feel so bad.
I'd love it.
But he was like, oh yeah, no. And he was really appreciative. And we actually had a conversation about like gym stuff. And we had a good like flow. Other times I've had the spray bottle. I'm like, oh, this spray bottle doesn't work. And I've made a joke. And then some other guys just like flogged me off. I'm like, I'm just trying to be polite, mate, like, and have a convo. And then another person with the same context with the spray bottle, I had a good like 5-minute chat because I'm like, oh shit, if you're gonna do that, I must be clearly inept. And we had like a little bit of a flirt banter. I didn't pursue it because I'm like, I fucking hate pursuing things at gyms, but I much prefer natural environments to dating environments anyway.
Bad place to hit on people.
But it's a good place to observe people if you're not so fucking obvious about it. Like I can appreciate the form. Like I actually went up and complimented a girl yesterday. I was like, hi, like she was talking to one of the big bodybuilders. Well.
So you're lucky you can get away with it.
No, this was like a genuine, like, your figure. It was, I don't know if I want to be on you or you. Precisely.
Exactly.
But I went up to her and she was like having a conversation. I waited because I'm really bad at interrupting. So I waited politely. And I was like, I just wanted to say, like, I really, like, appreciate your physique. And she's like, oh, thank you. And then she, like, looked to her, like, big bloke friend. She's like, what about his? I'm like, you know, like, I can appreciate that, but I kind of want to look more like you than him. And, like, it was a nice little convo. So I think that the art of, and he had a little laugh back and had a little few comments back too. I think that the art of conversation is not dead. I think
no, it's not. But it's going to be harder.
It's going to be harder, but it's also not that hard to learn fucking body language.
No, it's not. It's not.
I think, but I feel like, yes, it's going to be more. I put it to you this way. If it's getting to the point where you can't speak to people crossing roads, without crossing roads. But that's at nighttime. During the day, it's different. If I've had people come up to me in the day, have chats, all that kind of stuff. I don't give two shits. If it's at nighttime, it's fucking creepy.
But do you think like there is definitely people out there like an agenda where they're like, they almost find the male approach or just the approach in general, almost like disgusting. What's her name? That lady.
Clementine.
Yeah. How the fuck would she, mate? Could you imagine approaching her?
No.
Like, I reckon she would be like, she'd get on the back foot straight away. You'd have to jump through all these hoops and stuff, and then she would just be the biggest, like...
It'd make it hard, yeah.
Yeah. And I'm just hoping that there's not a whole bunch of that.
I personally don't think that there is. I think that's more of, like... You know how extremists always seem a little bit more obvious? Yeah. I think it's just a case of that, to be honest.
Definitely, and I hope so. I guess that is just me voicing a fear.
Your glute definition is coming along nicely. Oh, thank you.
No, he was talking about what you would be saying as some sort of compliment. But
I've been working on my booty.
He's going to be coming down for my birthday that was cancelled. That ironically enough, you were drinking for, because they're all the gaming friends are like Canberra,
the
Sydney,
boys,
Queensland, and then everyone's flights. They're like, nah, you're in a lockdown. Eat a bag of dicks.
Yes.
And can't come in, so they've all got to come.
Yay!
They've all got flight things for.
Cool.
Let's just bin the rest of the article because Sky News can.
Yes, go suck it.
Be super biased. Yeah. We may have almost done it with the two segments.
Oh well, what about we cover the what's your definition of a date? We didn't really cover that.
Okay.
We might as well briefly cover into that before we close.
Yeah. All right. Well, I've got a good definition because I've had one for ages.
Don't cut my mic again.
Kind of need one. No. Wide is this one. See, that's good.
Okay.
Yeah, you're there. Yeti.
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay, so I don't know if you want to go in first because I know what my definition is.
Well, can we? I'm so segmented. You give me your thing and then I can.
Mine's very almost clinical.
Go on.
So my definition of what I would class as a date with a girl in my stance is that it's when I make plans to organise with a girl to do something just the two of us.
Okay.
To me, that is a date.
But how do you separate that from friendship?
So if I guess you have modifiers and stuff.
Okay, go on.
But if we are flirting,
yeah.
So this is all on the pretense that, from my perspective, I'm flirting with her.
Okay.
We've just started talking.
Can we also just take a brief? Sorry, I'm already going to attack you because
with Ellen stuff, I'd be like, we're having a breakfast date. Dates don't technically have to be sexual.
And I agree with that. But also the thing with flirting can be in any context. It can be for banter. It can be for gaining opportunities or things. So, you know, I go on. I just want to I want to fight you on your definition. Just Go on.
So the basic definition is when I make time to spend. When I make one-on-one time, catch up with. The old definition is a person of the opposite sex. But it's just a person that I'm interested in. I'd class that as a date.
Okay. A date for me would be in a similar ranking, like I suppose, and thought process. For me, a date is not someone of the opposite sex. It's of any human that I'm interested in.
You like it at everybody.
I like it, everybody. And yes, it would be the two of us. I'm not poly, so it would definitely be two. Only. Exclusively doing something that one of us really, really likes, or both of us likes, like an activity of mutual enjoyment.
Up in his beard.
Well, it's not specific. I just think that I mean, like when you're in that stage of dating, you're getting to know someone, so you want to do the things that they like. You want to get to know them
early on. So because this would fall definitely not as a date in your nooch, not douche.
Nooch, sorry.
Wait, did I say it or did you just assume me and douche in the same thing?
If the shoe fits.
No. So for me, like a really comfortable first date, was just, hey, I've got some errands I need to do. Can you come and keep me company?
See, I like that too. In fact, that was probably one of my favorite things when I was dating someone.
By your definition, madam, I'm just checking to see if I'm bleeding. Not a date.
How is that not a date?
In your book. Go back on your definition.
An activity that one or both enjoys.
Oh, I guess, but
I love going on errands.
But what if they're mundane? I guess because you would enjoy it.
I enjoy it.
But I would look at it as I'm not a big.
No, that was my biggest thing. Whenever I was with my ex, I loved when he was like, I'm going to go to the shops and get some groceries. Do you want to tag along?
I guess one person would have to enjoy it.
Yes, I do. I'll grab the snacks. Do you want to cuddle? What can I buy for you? What can I do? Like, no.
I've taught Hashi well. I told him this is that's the one, man. You've got the big one for me was I've got a tie for a wedding coming up that I need to get to match my suit.
That's your line.
Honestly, well, because if you don't always have errands to run, and if you're like, honestly, like there is so many situations where you can't just be like, hey, I think you're awesome and we should just hang out. Like sometimes you've got to feather it. You do have to feather it. You can't just be like, I would love to spend one-on-one time.
Where does this context come from? Because no, if you literally just said,
women.
I have, like honestly, I think for me personally with dating.
Yes, but you're the person who approaches.
I am. I've never been approached by a guy. I am literally the approacher.
This is what I mean, is we're on the same page. I also would definitely love for a woman to be like, I definitely want to hang out with you. You're amazing, and I think we should do that.
Yeah.
Right? Like, but
you got to initiate.
That doesn't happen to me. I have to say me. But it's not the way that it plays out. In my 33 years, not one girl has ever asked me on a date. I dragged that out just for that, which I'm fine with. I don't mind asking.
Well, I mean, ditto as well.
Yeah.
Like I'm very much.
You get one too.
No, it sucks though because yes, I'm a forward person, but like I'm a naturally. No, I don't want to say that because I'm not. I am domineering as a human, but I'm more. I prefer to be submissive and take the back seat when it comes to things, but I don't. And so for some reason, I tend to attract, whether it's masculine or effeminate men, whatever it is. I'm always the approach though. I always am the person who's like, hey, I think you're cute. Hey, this is what I want. And it's irritating. Sometimes I just want someone to be like, you're cute. I want to take you home. I want to spoil you. But I don't get that, so then I become the approach person.
Welcome to 98% of guys.
Well, I don't fucking care. Suck it the fuck up. I suck it the fuck up and I'm complaining.
Decades.
But it's irritating as well. Because it's like, I can empathize at least with you guys.
Definitely.
Because I know that it's
difficult.
Page,
bro.
Yeah.
Bro, you're on the same page.
They're nice.
We're doing that coding shit we're talking about.
Not bad. Good choice.
Yeah, so I fucking lost the point that we were talking about.
Me too. I feel like we went very tangential.
Because what were we talking about?
Definition of a date.
The definition of a date, yeah. So it's organising to catch up with.
Yeah. A one-on-one with a person that you're interested in. I agree with that. I'm the same.
But I guess, look, you can totally have non-sexual dates.
Well, I've
got very close female friends
that I've been on.
But I mean, so you can like definitely not be in the headspace and still call it a date technically if you like, if you wanted to.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Because I have brunch dates with female friends. I have man dates with mates. Like,
well, yeah, ditto. I feel like that's the thing.
But in the context of dating and popping off, I think it is definitely when you organise to catch up with that person one-on-one with no one else. You could group date and double date, but that has an exclusive kind of title.
I don't like double dates.
I don't mind them because it's like I love merging circles and like
I love
being
merging
with
circles
people.
too, but
in
double
terms
date
of getting
feels
to know
pressure.
someone, I think
Group
it's
friend dates,
fucking
I'm like,
ridiculous.
yeah, cool. Like tag along to a group event. Fuck yeah. See if they merge well with your friends, because if they don't, your friends are not going to support the entire relationship. So you might as well.
Good friends will, even if they're evil.
Yeah, all my friends literally said, "We don't like him. He's toxic," and I was like, "But I love him."
That's later. Like you'll find at the start, were they okay at the start?
I mean, look, we were both unhealthy, so it's not to say like I can't say that he wasn't. I feel like my friends are just there because they're like, "We love you."
This is literally your platform. You can say whatever you want about him. I can say whatever I want about him. You're a fuckface. I don't like you. Why would you use a text message to break up with someone? You beta cuck.
And then block them after 3 years of a relationship. Thank you.
Yeah, the block. I guess I've seen
Said
it.
this is not up for discussion, and then blocked me.
You autistic twat.
I'm pretty sure he's on the spectrum.
100%. If he said this guy was an engineer and he gamed, actually this would be like any one of the guys that we play WoW with. And you know what? I wouldn't be surprised if we played WoW. It's so funny. If you played classic WoW, 100% he'd be on my server.
TF2 a lot.
That's the turn-based Virgin game.
And Dota.
Yeah, we used to play Dota a lot.
Maybe you did play against him. He was like a world champ or something at one point.
Which has an
National
unusually large collection of shirts. Do you mean t-shirts? Actually, this is the one I bought. Look, this is the Rock and Roll Racing one. It's the Blizzard one that just came. I like t-shirts.
I like t-shirts too.
I like fashion.
Same.
This is not a fashionable t-shirt.
I've
This
got
is
both
just
of these things today.
I don't have my mic muted. What do you mean?
Mine again muted. No.
Oh no.
Okay.
So he means he's the kind of bloke that gets onto a chat channel
Yeah.
and mutes his microphone and never speaks to the boys because they've just had a thing.
See,
where there's a bunch of people
one of
that
these
talk.
things that I actually did to like feel closer to my ex indirectly. So
Okay.
we had a mutual. I did. I downloaded Discord and I downloaded Steam purely to like learn how to game so I could feel closer to him. But that
It makes it worse.
really does. That's why I've deleted all of those things. But we had a mutual friend who was the one who set us up because we were supposed to be fuck buddies to start, and then I caught feelings, and then I guess he did too at the time. And my friend, he would stream like on Twitch him playing his games, and obviously my ex at the time, my partner at the time, would always play. And so whenever I was sad, I'd just like watch into the Twitch streams and like.
Oh,
just,
I thought you were
like,
gonna say
listen
you
to their
stalked him and
voices.
then found some shit out that was like not good.
No. I mean, I found out they all used the R and the N word, which was a bit like, how you going? But I feel like that's gaming
the
culture. So
environment, yeah. She's like, he's one of those kinds. I think you should definitely. Did they spill out?
Spill what?
The food, is it in the packaging still? Can we relax?
Yeah,
We've had a spill in the
slightly.
studio team, but
Yeah,
it's
no,
fine. When Hashi comes down and all the boys will we can even probably do a pod with people here. That'll be a fucking shit show. But
Probably.
trying to isolate that audio. Yeah. No, fuck that guy.
No, but it was nice. That was a nice story. I was saying I just
Amy
enjoyed
watches
hearing
me
his
stream.
voice.
Yeah.
See, I like that. I was like, yeah, you do your gaming, but I was silent because obviously I'm like, I don't want him to know that I'm here, otherwise he'll like monitor what he's saying. I want to hear everyone in their free flow.
Yeah,
they're all fucking
degenerates. We're all degenerates.
Gamers are a different breed of human.
You know, all it is it's small echo chambers of guys that have the exact same morals, and it's a safe space. So this, you're getting...
someone was making jokes about, so like one of their mates,
Was it dead
like
baby jokes?
grandma was like dying.
Yep.
And then she actually died. And so every time one of the boys, they'd make a comment about that. Or they'd just make a comment themselves about their grandma dying to like guilt everyone. It was so morbid, but it was great. I don't know,
man.
gaming culture is a thing I'm not very well
It's
versed
really
in, but
edgy.
it's very interesting to listen to.
Really, really
I'd
edgy.
love to do a fucking dissertation on it.
Should. My mate who
I
is a
am not
gamer
wasting my time on a dissertation. I would like to, would I actually do it? No. That would be a trigger and a half anyway, just going back to it and thinking too much about it. I'm going to be doing my dissertation on sexual satisfaction, I think. I'm doing my master's thesis on sexual satisfaction and attachment theory. Anyway, we're going like really over time.
Yeah, that's fine. I can chop and change.
Oh, plus we had that tech diffs.
Oh yeah. So you got to cut out.
You should sit in our Discord channel. I'd like to. Maybe.
So what I'll do is I'll cut the. Oh no, we've got to do the outros and all the stuff. We can't just end the podcast. We have to do it properly. It's getting really informal now, which is good.
But it's good. We're gonna.
So obviously, thank you everyone for listening.
Yes.
Today's show, whilst it had structure, went sideways when I hit the wrong button.
Totally did. And when the mic went, I feel like that's not a way we should end though. We should probably like end it on something more concrete.
No, it's fine.
Okay.
We have more than enough content because we're just going to keep going and it's going to get longer and it's going to get longer.
True. It'll be a process to edit, and I'm not the one editing, so you know what? Fair game.
No, it's not. It's not even about the editing. It's about the retention and keeping it fluid whilst I'm editing.
We're very fluid in our conversation. So fluid.
But if I have to chop and change and things, like even this will be like, do I leave it? Do I get rid of it? I don't know. Just got to stop burping and popping microphones and stuff. But yeah, so obviously follow us on all the socials.
Please do.
It's IRRPlatPod on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. On YouTube, it's just search Irrelevant Platitudes.
Same with Spotify.
Yeah. So if you just Google Irrelevant Platitudes, you will get us. We're also now on Audible. That's up this week.
Very cool.
So Audible, Google, whatever the crap they do, Spotify, and the Apple Podcast one.
Listen to us and maybe watch our videos. I have to say we're much more entertaining visually.
Yeah, and we have a nice little cute background because the thing was too black.
Yeah, Nooch really set it up.
It actually looks super cute.
It does. It's very
like
a butthole.
It does. Tongue it.
Beep.
Spit on it. And on that note, I'm going to cue the outro.
What are you waiting for?
I'm waiting. The car's cold. Get
the fuck out of here! What? Fucking warm it up. Get out of here!
All right.
You heard the man. Get out of here. Thanks for listening to Irrelevant Platitudes.